Welcome to a dive into the history that shaped our world. The world wars weren't just battles. They were the turning points that redrew borders, redefined power, and transformed societies forever. What sparked the chaos? How did everyday lives change? What lessons can we still learn today? In this video, we'll uncover the key moments that altered history, like the assassination that triggered World War I and the atomic bombings that ended World War II. But we're going beyond the headlines to explore how these wars impacted economies, gender roles, and cultural identities in ways that still resonate today. If you've ever wondered how these events shaped the modern world, or how they influence your life now, this video is for you. Let's journey through the defining moments of the world wars together. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating history content. Chapter 1: The Prelude to War. To understand the world wars, we must first examine the complex web of events and tensions that set the stage for these global conflicts. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Europe was a powder keg of rising nationalism and militarism. Nations were fiercely competing for power, prestige, and territory, leading to an atmosphere charged with hostility and suspicion. National pride fueled ambitions, while militaristic ideologies encouraged countries to build up their armed forces, preparing for potential conflict. One of the most critical events that ignited World War I was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in June 1914. This shocking act, carried out by a Serbian nationalist, triggered a series of diplomatic crises that spiraled out of control. The assassination not only heightened tensions between Austria-Hungary and Serbia, but also activated a complex system of alliances that had been established in the years leading up to the war. These alliances, such as the Triple Alliance of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy, and the Triple Entente of France, Russia, and Britain, created a situation where a conflict between two nations could quickly escalate into a full-scale war involving multiple countries. The implications were profound, as these alliances meant that once the first shots were fired, a global conflict was almost inevitable. Understanding these pre-war dynamics is crucial to grasping how the world wars unfolded and reshaped the world. Chapter 2: World War I: The Great War. World War I, often referred to as the Great War, was a conflict that fundamentally altered the course of history. One of the most defining features of this war was the brutal trench warfare that characterized the Western Front. Soldiers lived in appalling conditions, facing not only the enemy, but also disease, mud, and the psychological toll of constant bombardment. This static form of warfare led to staggering casualties and highlighted the need for technological advancements, such as tanks, machine guns, and chemical weapons, which changed the nature of combat. Key nations played pivotal roles in the war, with Germany, France, and the United Kingdom at the forefront. Germany's aggressive strategies and military innovations initially gave it an advantage, but as the war dragged on, the resilience of the Allied forces, particularly the French and British, began to turn the tide. The involvement of the United States in 1917 provided a significant boost to the Allies, ultimately leading to the Central Powers' defeat in 1918. The war concluded with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles in 1919, a document that imposed heavy reparations and territorial losses on Germany. While it aimed to establish lasting peace, the treaty's harsh terms sowed the seeds of resentment and instability in Europe. This discontent would later contribute to the rise of extremist movements and the outbreak of World War II, demonstrating the far-reaching consequences of the Great War. Understanding these battles, strategies, and outcomes is essential to grasping the complexities of modern history. Chapter 3: The Interwar Period. The interwar period was a time of profound social and political change, marked by economic turmoil and the rise of totalitarian regimes. Following the devastation of World War I, many nations struggled to rebuild, but the onset of the Great Depression in 1929 exacerbated these challenges. The economic crisis led to widespread unemployment, poverty, and social unrest, creating fertile ground for radical ideologies to take root. The global impact of the Great Depression was felt across continents, as countries grappled with the collapse of financial systems and the need for recovery. In this climate of instability, totalitarian regimes began to emerge, most notably in Germany and Italy. Adolf Hitler's rise to power in Germany was fueled by nationalist sentiments and promises to restore the nation's former glory. Similarly, Benito Mussolini established a fascist regime in Italy, emphasizing authoritarian control and aggressive nationalism. These leaders capitalized on the discontent of their populations, using propaganda and repression to consolidate power and suppress dissent. Amidst these developments, the League of Nations, created to promote peace and prevent future conflicts, struggled to fulfill its mission. Its inability to address aggression from countries like Japan, Italy, and Germany highlighted its weaknesses and ultimately undermined its credibility. The failure to enforce collective security measures and resolve international disputes contributed to the growing tensions that would eventually lead to World War II. Understanding the dynamics of the interwar period is crucial for comprehending the factors that set the stage for another catastrophic global conflict. Chapter 4: World War II, the Global Conflict. World War II was a monumental global conflict that arose from a complex interplay of factors, including unresolved issues from World War I, economic instability, and the rise of aggressive totalitarian regimes. The war saw two major alliances: the Axis powers, led by Germany, Italy, and Japan, and the Allied powers, primarily consisting of the United States, the Soviet Union, the United Kingdom, and China. Each side employed distinct strategies, with the Axis focusing on rapid territorial expansion and the Allies emphasizing coordinated military efforts to reclaim occupied territories. Significant events marked the course of the war, including the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor by Japan in December 1941, which propelled the United States into the conflict. This event galvanized Allied forces and shifted the balance of power. Another pivotal moment was D-Day, the Allied invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944, which marked the beginning of the liberation of Western Europe from Nazi control. These battles, along with others in the Pacific and Eastern Front, showcased the scale and intensity of the conflict. The aftermath of World War II was profound, leading to significant geopolitical changes. The war resulted in the establishment of the United Nations in 1945, aimed at fostering international cooperation and preventing future conflicts. Additionally, the war's devastation prompted a re-evaluation of global power dynamics, leading to the Cold War and the division of Europe. Understanding the causes, battles, and consequences of World War II is essential for grasping the complexities of the modern world. Chapter 5: The Cold War Era. The Cold War era was defined by intense geopolitical tensions that emerged after World War II, primarily between the United States and the Soviet Union. This ideological conflict was rooted in the stark differences between capitalism, championed by the US, and communism, promoted by the Soviet regime. As both superpowers sought to expand their influence globally, the world became polarized, leading to a series of proxy wars, political maneuvering, and an arms race that would last for decades. Key events during this period underscored the precarious nature of international relations. The Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962 brought the world to the brink of nuclear war when the US discovered Soviet missiles stationed in Cuba. This 13-day standoff highlighted the dangers of miscommunication and the high stakes involved in Cold War politics. Similarly, the construction of the Berlin Wall in 1961 became a powerful symbol of the ideological divide, physically separating East and West Berlin and representing the broader conflict between communist and capitalist ideologies. The impact of the Cold War extended far beyond Europe and the United States. It influenced global politics, leading to the formation of military alliances such as NATO and the Warsaw Pact. Countries around the world found themselves caught in the crossfire, often forced to choose sides or navigate the complexities of superpower rivalry. The Cold War shaped international relations for decades, leaving a legacy that continues to influence global dynamics today. Understanding this era is crucial for comprehending the ongoing effects of ideological conflict in the modern world. Chapter 6: Legacy of the World Wars. The legacy of the World Wars is profound, shaping contemporary society in numerous ways that continue to resonate today. One of the most significant impacts is the transformation of international relations and the framework of global conflicts. The aftermath of the wars led to the establishment of international organizations like the United Nations, aimed at promoting peace and cooperation among nations. The geopolitical landscape was forever altered, with new power dynamics emerging and former empires giving way to new nations, often leading to ongoing conflicts rooted in historical grievances. Additionally, the World Wars spurred remarkable advancements in technology and warfare. Innovations such as radar, jet engines, and nuclear weapons emerged from the necessity of wartime research and development. These technological breakthroughs not only changed the nature of warfare, but also had far-reaching implications for civilian life, influencing everything from medicine to communication. The lessons learned from the World Wars remain relevant in addressing current global issues. The horrors of totalitarianism and the consequences of unchecked aggression serve as cautionary tales for contemporary leaders. The importance of diplomacy, collective security, and the need for international cooperation in preventing conflict are lessons that continue to guide global policy today. As we reflect on the legacy of the World Wars, it becomes clear that understanding this history is essential for navigating the complexities of modern society and fostering a more peaceful world. Chapter 7. Conclusion. In this video, we've journeyed through the complex and impactful history of the World Wars, highlighting their significance in shaping modern society. We explored the causes and consequences of these monumental conflicts, from the rise of nationalism and militarism to the establishment of international organizations aimed at promoting peace. We also examined key events such as the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the D-Day invasion, and the Cuban Missile Crisis, illustrating how these moments defined the geopolitical landscape of the 20th century. The legacy of the World Wars is evident in today's international relations, technological advancements, and the lessons learned about the importance of diplomacy and cooperation. Understanding this history is crucial for navigating contemporary global issues and fostering a more peaceful future. If you found this video informative, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more engaging content on history and related topics. Don't forget to like and share this video with friends and family who might also be interested in learning about the World Wars and their lasting impact. For those eager to dive deeper, we invite you to explore our other videos and resources on the channel for a broader understanding of these pivotal events. Your engagement helps us continue to create valuable content, so thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.